gorgeous lights. Welcome to the new day. Wow, I hope you're surviving the energy. It is certainly intense, and I've been speaking to Spirit an awful lot about the products of our choices and the consequences of our choices. And I don't actually particularly like the word consequences, but maybe actually they've just said the outcomes from choices as well. It's really, really important to remember that you are actually in charge of your world, your choices, your understanding, all of those sorts of things you are actually in charge of. I mean, you're the person that gets up every day and puts your clothes on, so you are in charge of how you turn up, what you do, all of those sorts of things as well. Now, in this energy, and we are in relationship energy until October, so it's incredibly important for you to understand that every single aspect of how you deal with yourself on a daily basis is getting a reflection somewhere from someone who's in your inner sphere. So before you're starting to go into frustration, resentment and annoyance, it is really, really important that you get underneath what's actually going on here as well, because it's so important that you bring in forgiveness and compassion, and it's doubly important that you bring it in for yourself first, because at the end of the day, it's actually you that's shifting and changing. We've got a huge amount of stuff going on with the magnetic field. We've got a huge amount of stuff going on in life stuff, full stop. And people's emotional equilibriums, because of course relationships bring up all the emotions under the sun, that we are literally breaking down any karmic ties, Spirit says, any ancestral wounding, everything's being brought to the fore, because you cannot elevate up and you cannot expand beyond your own limitations when you are living under the limitations that might not actually be yours. There might be ancestral limitations, there might be a poverty link, there might be a hardship link, there might be all this ancestral wounding, there could be parental wounding. There's a lot of stuff that you chew through in relationship energy. And that where it has to start is before everybody's going, that person's doing this to me, and that person's doing that, and that's happening there, and that person makes me feel like that. No one makes you feel anything. You feel the way that you do because your emotions are what you are in control of. And it's really, really important to work with the baseline here, Spirit says, which is you. How do you treat you on a daily basis? How do you see yourself? Where is compassion and empathy and love and understanding that you so deserve from yourself right at the moment? It is the easiest, seriously, trust me on this, it is the easiest way to survive this energy is coming back to how you treat yourself, not the way that other people are treating you or the way that we interpret that other people are treating us as well, because everybody's turning up the way that they're meant to illuminate. This is incredible manifestation energy, incredible clearing energy. We've got planets squared off against each other, which is forcing the energy on the planet to actually look at habits and behaviours that just don't serve us anymore. People, situations, events, situationships, whatever that doesn't serve you anymore. Anything, everything is under the relationship microscope right at the moment. So before you duck and roll, before you hide, before you go, I just don't want to do this, I'll come out when it's over, the most important relationship that you're ever going to have in your entire life is actually with yourself. You cannot get away from you. And it's very much in terms of taking small steps. If you've been in a trauma response, lifetime, if there's childhood wounding, if there's still ongoing familial issues, then the place that you start is with kindness and compassion, one step at a time towards yourself. And forgiveness is a massive, massive part of this as well. And the first step I want you to take, guys, is to actually say, I forgive myself for what happened in my childhood, because I was just a child. And I'm actually really dependent on the people that were around me to give me and teach me the nurturing that I actually needed fully for myself. I forgive myself for thinking I needed to turn up in any different way than what I did because I was just a child. Please start there. And then I want you to accelerate it as going, do you know what? I forgive the child for not being able to control any of those situations that happened in my childhood because I can't, because I'm just a child. And I forgive that as well. And I just want you to sit in the energy of forgiveness because it's the crux of the relationship with your own self, and just kind of identify with that feeling of forgiveness as well. Think about the relief that it brings. Think about how nice it is to tell yourself that you're not responsible because you're a small child. And even right up to a teenager. You're a teenager, you didn't have control over what your parents' choices were, or life events, or all of those sorts of things that happen. Please forgive yourself for those periods of time. You'd be surprised at how much energy starts to shift when you actually give yourself the care, self-love, and attention that actually says, I forgive myself for those series of events that I was not responsible for at such a young age. Now, once we start to build on this building block of relationship with self, then you actually start to see that you can start to implement, I forgive myself for not being able to read that person's mind. I forgive myself for not being able to keep those people happy. It just keeps building and building and just comes into a beautiful energy. Now, I was talking to someone the other day about this, and Spirit chimed in straight away, and if you know me, Spirit will chime in straight away. And they literally said, it's really, really important for you to understand that when you start to heal these aspects of yourself as well, you do not get triggered as badly by the other people who are just sent from the universe, guys, to show you where this wounding is and to show you where to start in the wounding, to actually start collapsing some of this baggage, drama, ancestral stuff, childhood stuff, if you choose, that actually can take you towards freedom of the next step of actually having a freer way of thinking, a kinder way of dealing with yourself. And certainly it gives you the opportunity, because we're in relationship energy until October, gorgeous people, October. So there's a wee way for us to go. So it's really, really crucial. Wake up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself that I'm amazingly special just being exactly the way that I am, and that is perfect, and I'm not responsible for the way that other people perceive who I am. I'm responsible for me, and I love and appreciate myself. And please start there, because I tell you what, you're going to need a good support structure, or else you're going to feel, and a lot of people over the last 6 months have been saying to me, I really feel buffeted by this energy. You will, and the reason you'll feel buffeted is you're not actually that nice to yourself. Sorry, my whole thing's falling over. You're not actually not that nice to yourself on a daily basis. So you do actually need to stop and look and consider the way that you actually deal with yourself and get kinder with it. The big thing that seems to be flowing in the background, just to let you know, is we're heading toward the age of Aquarius, peace, love, and unity. Where do you have to start? You always had to start with unifying within yourself, acceptance of yourself, unconditional love towards yourself. When you have unconditional love, you can just accept other people just exactly the way they are, with clear boundaries. I will be very, very clear about that. Do not put up with someone doing things that insults your soul. If it's in your own personal integrity, and I'll use an example of your own personal integrity, is that you try and be as honest as you possibly can, and someone keeps doing the same thing, taking advantage of the fact of that, or basically not being honest, and you keep getting the brunt of that, then basically decide where your boundary is to do with that. If somebody is always expecting you to be overgiving and you're just tired and you're getting resentful of people doing that to you, then make sure that you actually say, no, there's a clear boundary around that one too. This is the energy, this is relationship energy. It's really, really important that you look after you. Like anything, it's the earth plane, it's temporary. Lighten it and don't get caught up in it as well, because boy, there's a lot of anger and resentment building, and I'm watching it in road rage, I'm watching it in explosive situations, and I'm seeing people hurt themselves even more when they just need to understand that this is such a big clearing energy. Take care of you, gorgeous lights, and as ever, remember you're on the earth plane at this time to be here, to lend your light. That's the biggest purpose of all. Start with harmonising yourself. I can't stress it's the best thing to do. Take care of you.